Donald Trump's tariff war has really put America's economy into a cocked hat. We have got a lot of people suffering in this country due to higher prices, and they've been going up all this year. And that was one of the things that Donald Trump ran on, other than mass deportation and making America great again, was that he was going to bring down the cost of food and groceries. I invented the word grocery. He was going to bring those grocery bills down on day one. Well, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but groceries have been going up. It's certainly been going up on my bills. Every time I look at a receipt, I'm like, damn, that went up too. So prices have been going up, and there have been a lot of Americans suffering due to the tariffs, and none more so than the American farmer and the American cattle rancher, which, by the way, reminds me, remember a couple years ago, they were screaming and yelling about how liberals were going to take away your hamburgers. The hamburger is the most American food that you can have. Well, it looks like that Donald Trump is actually succeeding in taking away your hamburgers. Hamburger Helper really needs some hamburger to help. The price of beef is going up considerably. So who is trying to take away your hamburger? Is it the liberals or is it fucking Donald Trump? I wanted to start off with this one right here. Now, keep in mind, this is CNBC, so this is a very conservative site. And they are going, why the U.S. cattle ranchers say Trump's Argentinian beef import talk is no solution for domestic food policy threat. Now, I've mentioned this in the past, that Argentina is gone full libertarian, and they are living in their fantasy libertarian utopia where they cut and slash at all of the social safety net and pretty much privatize the entire country's government. Javier Milei has been implementing that for the last 2 years, and ever since he's done that, I think it's 62% of the country is now living in poverty. 62% are dumpster diving for food. And it is not improving. It's, in fact, getting worse. But yet, Javier Milei has already gotten an IMF bailout, and now they're looking at a $40 billion bailout from us, the taxpayer. It was $20 billion a couple weeks ago. Now it's $40 billion. Turns out that there's a handful of hedge fund guys that had invested in the country in this whole libertarian utopia where there's no rules, no regulation. It's just corporate rule. And the country is collapsing, and these hedge fund guys are losing money hand over fucking fist. So they went crying to the Secretary of the Treasury, Scott Bessent, and Scott Bessent is doing everything he can to facilitate the bailout of not Argentina, but the hedge fund guys. Ultimately, that's where the money's going to go. It's not going to go to the Argentinian people. Those social safety nets have all been chopped up. He came in with his chainsaw and chopped them all up. So all of the economic turmoil that's going on in Argentina is due to Javier Milei and his libertarian policies. And now, to add insult to injury, we're going to give him $40 billion. And now we're going to start importing beef from Argentina into America. I thought it was America first. I thought we were doing this tariff thing because we wanted to have Americans making everything and not importing everything. And here he is importing fucking beef. Also, all of the soybeans that American farmers have been growing, primarily sold to Asian countries because we don't eat soybeans here. It's actually beneficial for American farmers to grow soybeans because it helps regenerate the soil so they can grow other crops. But there's so many American farmers growing soybeans in this country, and now they have no place to sell it because China has not put in any orders for any of it due to all the tariffs and all the tariff fuckery that Donald Trump has been doing. So we got a lot of cattle ranchers who are pretty pissed off. Texas is a material contributor to the beef industry, says Andrew Copen, co-founder and CEO of ranch management company. By the way, the reason why we're having such an issue with cattle ranching, some of it's got to do with this tariff stuff, but a lot of it's got to do with the monopolization of the ranching industry. And with the tariffs, the way that they're going in the farms and in cattle ranching and what have you, a lot of the mom and pops out there and the smaller farms are going to end up getting closed down, and then they're going to be swallowed up by bigger farming and ranching conglomerates, thereby intensifying the monopoly, which will also drive up prices and bring down quality. So say what you want about the cattle ranchers. They all want to make profit. Farmers want to make profit too. But at the same time, the idea of importing beef from Argentina over America, I thought it was America first, Don. What the fuck? We got a little video here from CNN, and they're talking to a soybean farmer, and this is what he's got to say.
Now, Money leads, soybean farmers across the United States are grappling with higher costs and lower demand as a result of President Trump's ongoing trade wars. Rather than pay the increased prices with tariffs, major markets such as China are looking elsewhere for the commodity, and countries in South America, well, they seem more than happy to step in and fill the void. That includes countries such as Argentina, whose president met with...
Donald Trump did this same tariff nonsense back in his first term. China, at the time, was getting all of their soybeans from us. And then when Donald Trump implemented that, he not only he had to bail out all the farmers because they were not able to sell their soybeans on the open market. And this time around, it's even worse than it was the last time. Now they're not buying anything, and they're buying them all from Brazil. The bulk of their soybeans they're getting from Brazil. Donald Trump, he's not mad at Brazil so much for selling the soybeans as he is for actually prosecuting their former president and the guy who tried to coup the country, Bolsonaro. That was Donald Trump's friend. That was Donald Trump's boy. That was the South American Trump, Jair Bolsonaro. And Trump was none too happy about it, so he decided to put tariffs on Brazil. And Lula, the current president of Brazil, he's like, whatever, man, we lock up our criminals here. And by the way, we're going to sell soybeans to China, and they're happy to do it. So China is not coming back, y'all. And Donald Trump is now trying to help facilitate soybeans coming out of Argentina. I mean, is it America first or not, Don?
Trump just yesterday to discuss a possible $20 billion bailout, a move that farmers say will directly benefit their competition overseas. CNN's Whitney Wild traveled to Illinois to hear directly from farmers about what they need right now.
What was it like growing up here?
Oh, it was wonderful. It's a wonderful place.
John Bartman is a soybean farmer whose family has been working Illinois land since before the Civil War. Here in Marengo, a farming community where the land and sky feel endless, John sees a crisis on the horizon.
So this is 4,134. That's roughly $40,000 worth of soybeans that we have harvested. And a couple years ago, that was easily $60,000. It's what we do in this country. We export food. And we can't do that right now.
The price of soy dropped under the Trump administration, largely the result of the Trump administration's trade war with China. John's crops, diligently planted, meticulously cared for, are losing their value. Are you angry?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm totally mad. There's no reason for it. This is absolute stupidity. This is a man-made crisis caused by Donald Trump, period.
Soybeans are the largest agricultural export from the U.S.
All of these Marxist-Leninist farmers.
Last year, the value was more than $24 billion. China bought 52% of those soybeans. Since May, the country has placed 0 orders. Instead, China bought the bulk of its soybeans from South American countries like Brazil and Argentina. The cost to produce soybeans has also increased. Prices for fertilizer and fuel have also edged up as a result of Trump's global tariffs and higher international
demand. Getting these farmers coming and going.
Farming is the biggest poker game they've ever created.
Craig Swartz is a 5th-generation farmer. He sells soybeans, corn, and wheat. When you're driving this and you're spreading all that fertilizer, are you just hearing like ching, 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 ching,
there's
money going down the drain?
Yes, for sure. And when we're not in it, you see all of them driving around the countryside, and it's like, oh my gosh, look at all the money that's going out.
Craig says he's using less fertilizer and hoping for trade relief.
I'm hoping that our leadership in Washington, D.C., whether it's Republicans or Democrats, can come together and put a plan together and get us straightened out.
They wouldn't have to have a plan to get it straightened out if Donald Trump wasn't doing the trade war. This is all on Donald Trump. And every time you hear him say, this is the Biden economy, fuck off. This is you, man. You have been doing this nonsense all year long. This is all on you, brah. So, like the man said, this is a completely man-made crisis, and the one man that is doing the crisis is Donald Trump. Now, Elizabeth Warren posted this is from Aaron Rupart, actually, but Donald Trump is doing one of his on-air jet talks, and one of the reporters there asked, what do you have to say to the farmers who feel that the deal is benefiting Argentina more than it is them? And this is what he's got to say.
Argentina's fighting for its life, young lady. You don't know anything about it.
Ooh, the young lady. I felt that one is a little patriarchal misogyny there. Go on with your bad self, Donald Trump. But aren't Americans fighting for their life too, Don? Is it Venezuelans who are fighting for their life? Or is it your boy, Milei, who is fighting to stay in office because his libertarian fantasy world is absolute horseshit?
Fighting for their life. Nothing's benefiting Argentina. They're fighting for their life. You understand what that means? They have no money. They
Argentina
have no anything.
first.
They're fighting so hard to survive. If I can help them survive in a free world, I happen to like the president of Argentina.
There it is right there, folks. There's your answer. Donald Trump, everybody says that Donald Trump lies a lot, and he does. He lies more than anybody that's ever walked this fucking earth, at least in the last century. I've never seen anybody lie this much. But when he lies, a lot of times a little bit of truth will slip out. And it's because he thinks that he can get away with it. And ultimately, he does. Most of the time, he just gets away with it. His MAGA base will never leave him. He does the AI shitting on protests. But ultimately, the real shitting is being done to his own goddamn people. And here he is talking about Argentina first because I like the president. And what was it the other day? He was talking about if the other guy wins that $40 billion, we're going to snatch that shit right back. So he doesn't give a good goddamn about the Venezuelan people fighting for their lives. He cares about his precious little libertarian fantasy world in Argentina because they want to use that as the proving ground to do here in America. They want America to be completely privatized without any rules or regulations and just run by corporations. And you see how well it's doing. 62% poverty rate in Argentina. Donald Trump wants to bring that here. Let's make America Argentina again. Tell us, Don, about your buddy, Javier Milei.
I think he's trying to do the best he can, but don't make it sound like they're doing great. They are dying. All right? They're dying. What do you mean?
So shut up, little lady, and let me do what I do. So Donald Trump is showing America what America First really means. It's bailing out your billionaire buddies. Ultimately, that's what we're talking about. That's what this whole thing is about. The $40 billion bailout, it's not for the Venezuelan people. It's not for the starving people down there. He's not trying to liberate the country. The country is already bought and paid for by huge corporations who are now taking a bath because libertarian fantasy world of no regulation and pure unadulterated capitalism is a failing model. It's failing in America, and in Argentina, it is in hyper gear. People like Donald Trump, people like Elon Musk, people like Peter Thiel, that is the ultimate future that they want. So Donald Trump bailing out Argentina is not about helping Argentinians. He is there to help his boy and all of the billionaire investors that are invested in that country's survival. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, please like and subscribe. Keep rocking.